الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We have been talking about some of these dimensions that we find in Islam, and we know now that the Islamic spirituality, everything which has to do with al-ruhaniya or al-rabbaniya, kunu rabbaniyin, meaning that you have to be close to God, to be imbibed with the light coming from God's light in your heart, and that this has to do also with rules from the very beginning, to be strict and very clear about the rules. It's important. It's the way to protect the in-depth of the Islamic message. We also need to get something which is important at the same time. The Prophet ﷺ was talking to the companions and trying to make it clear that the rules are the rules. Inna al-halala bayyinun. What is lawful is clear. What is unlawful, Inna al-harama bayyinun. The unlawful is clear. So these are the limits. While once a companion came to the Prophet ﷺ, Abdullah ibn Zayd, and he was telling him about a dream that he had. And in this dream, he was dreaming about how to call the believers to come to the mosque to pray. And this was al-adhan. So he had a dream, and the Prophet ﷺ listened to him and acknowledged the fact that this was a divine inspiration. And he took it from him and said, this is the way for now. We are going to call the people. And it means many things here. The first is our relationship with our dreams. Because yes, the Prophet ﷺ had dreams, and we know that when he came back to Mecca and Al-Hudaybiyah and all these, it's many times he had dreams that were inspiration, ilham, that were true and real and coming from God, as sometimes they can come from the devil. So we know that. But it's not only him, it's the people who are close to him, the companion, who were very deep in their belief. They were true believers, and with sincerity, with sidq, and Allah talked to the Prophet ﷺ through them as well, through their dreams. And it means for all of us that we have to care about our dreams. And as much as we are trying to get this spiritual life, we need to get the dreams, try to remember, try to see the signs, and God is talking to us through our dreams as much as we are talking. So there is something which is the mystery, the not rational without being non-rational or irrational. This is al-ghaib, where we have to come as Muslims, and every one of us should not be obsessed and lost in the dream, but listen, but remembering, trying to understand. Sometimes there are signs in the dream. The second thing which is important here is that the Prophet ﷺ and the people around is a sadiqun, the people of good faith, the people who are sincere, can get a level of knowledge that it's not coming through rationality. This is also something which is important. Al-karamat that we find with some people, which are things that are coming beyond the natural order, that they can get knowledge, that they can get understanding. This is something which is very true, and we can get this through this example. The last thing which is important is that Al-Adhan is based on what? The substance is all about the Islamic message, that God is one, that the Prophet, peace be upon him, is the messenger, and then we have to come, and this is the way we will get success in our life, and this is why we have to come to pray. And what is important is the essence, the substance is done in a beautiful way. Why? Because Allahu Jamil yuhibbul Jamal. The voice, the substance, the way it has to be recited has to be done with this beauty. And this is why, as Muslims, we need to remember, while we are listening to the adhan, that in Islam, beauty, rules, and substance, the rules as to the direction, the substance as to the meaning, the beauty as to the way we do things, it's so important. This is the reconciliation of all these dimensions, and this is Islam. Try to reconcile beauty, because Allah is beauty, with rules, because Allah likes things and He's prohibiting things, and at the same time He gives us the meaning of life. The meaning of life about beauty and substance and spirituality is all of that all together. We can just remember this and try to implement this in our life. And remember, never forget to tell the people you love that you love them. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.